Hi, everybody. We took a little bit of a break. This time it was my fault because, not so much my fault, but I had grandkids here, and as many of you who have children and grandchildren know, that when you're trying to stream or do something for yourself, it becomes chaotic. And I wanted to give them my undivided time and attention,
Of course.
and didn't want to have a stream of kids being upset or whiny or whatever. So here we are, a few days later.
Hola. Look at my
Yes.
desk. Doesn't it look like a bomb went off
Oh,
on it?
so does
It's terrible.
mine. We're streaming both our messy desks today.
Yes, we are. I lost
Yeah.
something that I was using. I don't know where it went.
I have a couple
Hmm.
things to show this morning.
Ah.
Okay. My normal huge plastic craft store turntable that takes up way too much room for all things that I paint. I got a little one on Amazon. I think it's 7 inches, 7 or 8 inches. I don't know, but it's tinier. It's much smaller. It takes up a lot less room, and it's lower.
Very,
You
very
know,
cute.
so I'm setting that up right now with my protective layers here,
Yay!
and Ed and I went to the craft store because I'm going to be painting a big outdoor rock, and we got a bunch because it was 30% off, patio paint, which is outdoor acrylic paint. So I got, like, I don't know, 12 different colors,
Oh,
but
good.
I'm not going to start that rock today. I'm going to continue on with something else that I've been working on. So Gabby, what are you working on? What do you got going on?
Um, I'm going to make a junk journal. I started with one of the inserts. Basically, you just use recycled papers, envelopes, stuff like that. So I'm using scrapbook paper. I love maps, so I have an old map that I've tipped into here as well. And I'm going to use this old music sheet, and just some scrap papers that I found in old magazines. And this is a page from a German dictionary, I believe. Yes. And then somebody made this card,
Mm,
so I'll throw that in there. And
okay.
an envelope that I had Ellie make a mess out of that she just puts stuff on, and you can put it in. This is an artwork by her, and it's actually a paper bag on the back, so it's like a pocket. So you make several of these signatures, and then I will stitch them down the center, put them in an old book binding. So I've gotten old books from the library that were discarded. So basically, they rip the covers off of these books,
Mm,
which is horrifying.
wow.
They rip the covers off the books and then throw the paperbacks in a pile, and I don't understand why they actually do that. Maybe to make them not sellable again. So I
Hmm,
saved a bunch of the spines. I found them in their trash.
that is horrifying.
So it's horrifying to me. I can't stand the thought of ruining a book. But I found these spines in the library trash. So what I'm going to do is um, make them into journals.
That is a
And
great idea. Recycling.
yeah, I'm saving the books. I also saved some of the books that they tore out. I don't think they're in here. I think they're in the other room. So basically, they rip the spine off of these books, throw the spines in the trash, and then I don't know what they do with the other parts of them, but so I've saved some of the books and some of the book spines so I can use them in crafting because I can't stand to see them go to the trash.
Yeah.
I know that's weird, but I cannot stand to see that happen. So I'll make journals out of them because I use lots of journals. So that will be fun, and I'm excited to do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I started one already. Like I showed you, this is one signature for it. And it is a junk journal. It is not something um, that's actually like neat and clean and pretty and tidy. It's not supposed to be. It's just supposed to be places where you stick in other papers, write down stuff, glue in whatever you want, kind of like a disorganized type of scrapbook, but they look really cool when you're done. So that
All
is what
right.
I'm working on.
I'm convinced. You've convinced me. I'm a believer.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make you one and I'll send it to you, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about.
See, you find all the cool crafty paper craft stuff to do that I would never
It's an
think of. I
obsession.
would never think of that. Would never think of it. Never.
That's my thing. My thing is I like old ephemera, old papers, vintage books, vintage music papers, vintage letters, things that people throw out that I just grab. I have
Yes.
actually used Geico. Um, I have a Geico envelope that has the gecko on it that I've stuck in a journal and used as an envelope in a journal because it's so cute. People are like, "Oh, that's interesting. It's a good. It's just recycling to me. Repurpose, recycle."
Exactly.
I don't save every single thing, but I do like to use a lot of weird things in my journals, and it's fun, and that's what I'm doing. So that's why I made this little guy. This is just one of many. It's just pieces of things I've saved, envelopes, and I'll stitch it down the center, put it in a hard bind, and decorate that, and then go to town by gluing things in here, little sayings, thoughts, photos, blah, 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 blah. It's fun. But yeah,
Fun.
when I find these book covers, it's heartbreaking.
What about it? Can you ask them to save them for you?
Yeah, I didn't ask them to save them for me, but I know that they do it at the end of every month, so I just head over there and see what they have on the cart, and I grab something that looks interesting.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually you're not actually like dumpster diving.
No,
Like
not really. They do throw away the backs of the books. I do actually have to go in the trash for them, but I don't go in the trash. I just grab them out of the
Okay.
trash. Like,
That's good.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
glad
not
you
like
clarified that
taking
for
the.
us.
I'm not jumping in there and going to doc. Well, I could actually do that. Here's one. This is the one I'm working on now.
Start calling you
So
Trash Panda.
this one I'm working on now. Some old book. So what I did is I put this inside of it to make it look pretty.
Oh, okay. See it. Nice. So it's like
Right? I
scrapbook
glue
paper.
that in there. It looks really nice. This is the back of the book. I mean, this is actually one of the cleaner ones. So this signature that I made will go in here. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to stitch down here,
Okay.
and I'm going to glue these guys in. I'll probably put 4 of them in there. And then it'll be like a really cute
Wow.
little junk
So
journal
how do you stitch
with
that? I
stuff
mean,
in.
that's hard. That's hard cardboard. How do you stitch?
That's why I get them, because they're hard cover. I don't use soft cover. Hard cover only.
Right, but how do you stitch them?
Oh, these are soft. I use a very I use an awl to poke holes in the spine,
Oh, okay.
and then I stitch through the holes. And I do the same for these. That way my stuff is stitched and not stapled because that doesn't stay.
Right.
And I'll also use. I love this glue. I don't know where the top of it is. Obviously, one of my children took it off. Little
Yeah.
poops. I use this Martha Stewart's crafts glue. I don't really love a lot of her products, but this glue I love.
Yeah.
And I'll go down the spine. Once I have these guys all done, I'll go down the spine with this glue, and then I'll stitch everybody in, and it'll be reinforced on the spines with the glue as well. Then it'll permanently be in there.
Cool.
But
That's
yeah, these
great.
are totally fun to use. So that's what I'm working on today.
I gotta turn the air conditioner.
Yay!
It just came on. Why is it coming on? It's still morning.
So
Now.
like little things like this, I save everything. Like this is a little card that I found in at a flea market. It was like in a 5-cent bin with a whole bunch of other little stickers and papers, and I grabbed a little stack of them. Got a whole big thick stack for $1, and like this I'll use to put in a book, or it's like, look at that cute little rain cloud. I mean, it's just so cute.
Okay, cool. Lots of ideas. Oh, I'm getting notifications. Go away, notifications. I thought this is supposed to be on do not, yeah, and this stuff still comes through. Calendar events and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, you were saying you're using all to punch holes. Now, if somebody had something like the gigantic, humongous crocodile where you could go far in, do you think that would work? Because it has a hole punch thing on it.
You could do that, but I mean, those holes will be huge then. It won't be like to stitch through and make your binding look like it's
Oh,
stitched.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
But yes, you can actually do that, and I think people do, and they use eyelets or something. I think they are to put things in and make holes and make it look pretty. They do that too.
Cool.
I think it looks pretty cool. I love that crocodile thing. Those are amazing. I have one of those. It's amazing.
I have to think of more uses for it. It served its purpose when I was making the bookmarks, which I plan to make more of, but I'm thinking, man, now I just want to get everything out of it that I can.
I don't blame you, yeah.
Are we ready for some odd news?
Let's hear it.
Okay, now before I start this, I want to state that there are some horrible things happening in the news this morning.
There are.
And I want to acknowledge that, yes, we do know that these horrible things are happening. And they're ongoing as we speak. The people involved and their families have my sympathy, but because we have a rule on our broadcast that we keep things light, we don't get too heavy on here, and we don't talk politics, and we don't talk religion, for the most part. Okay, and if we do, it's usually
That's a big no thank you from me.
Yes, it's not a discussion. If we do, we may comment on something here and there, but we don't have discussions about it. Okay, because that is not what we're about. This is an escape. This is a fun thing. This is a crafty thing. This is funny thing, and we acknowledge that these things are happening, and it's very sad, and we do sympathize. And when our broadcast is done, I will probably go and turn on the news to see more about what's going on. But we won't be discussing it here. So let's get on with odd news. Oh, okay. The first one. Okay. I'm skipping the first two to stick with our rules. Wyoming woman caught shoplifting claims she's studying kleptomania. Nice backpedaling, girl. Nice backpedaling. A Wyoming college student who told officers she was working on a term paper on kleptomania after she was caught shoplifting faces 3 felony charges. We're not going to get into that, but I think the title says everything. It says enough.
That was pretty fun.
Connecticut wedding saved by volunteer fire department. They saved the day for newlyweds whose trolley bus caught fire before taking the wedding party to the reception. Go Connecticut.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we're skipping that one. Let's see. We're skipping that one. God, are we going to be back into next week? Let's see. Back into last week. A hottest ticket on. Okay, no, that's religious. Mississippi girl helps deliver baby brother. A Mississippi 12-year-old helped deliver a newborn brother. Okay, nice. Load more. Loading more.
Load him up, baby. Load him up.
Rare alligator caught in Indiana. This is one for Mr. Interrupting Ed.
Indiana.
An Indiana angler was surprised to reel in a prehistoric fish more than 5 feet long earlier this month. Now that interests me.
Indiana.
This interests me. I want to look at this. Prehistoric. One glance at the thick-scaled alligator gar. It's an alligator gar, which is a fish.
Oh yeah, those
That's
are cool looking. I've seen them.
In question could easily lead many to believe gators have moved beyond their storied home in Florida. But while an alligator gar is something entirely different than the reptile of the same name, it carries its own legend. So called because of its toothy mouth and broad snout, the alligator gar is a fish that bears a remarkable resemblance to the 4-legged alligators. According to National Geographic, they can grow to a length of up to 10 feet and weigh nearly 300 pounds. That's a big fish. The fish captured was just over 5 feet and weighed 55 pounds. That's still a big fish.
That is.
They're not normally found in Indiana waters. More common to the state are short-nosed, long-nosed, and spotted gars. The rare catch is the first alligator gar verified by Indiana biologists in recent history. Indiana is at the northern edge of the fish's historic range, which includes much of the coastal U.S. southeast. Okay, enough. You really got to be into this sort of thing to appreciate.
That's pretty cool, though. You never know. That's like a weird spot to find one. Indiana's not exactly warm.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on. We're gonna get, because now we're into the stories are, but not a lot has happened that weird in the last few days apparently. Apparently not. We're gonna move on to Twitter now. And like
All right.
like the ones that I read a few days ago, we're gonna go to that Chris Hardwick, because
Yeah.
that was also a trending topic this morning, and I glanced at a few of the replies, the responses, and I thought that they were pretty funny. So we're gonna go to, is it still trending? Let's see. It doesn't seem to be trending anymore. Hold on. I gotta find
Oh.
it. Show me more. They usually end up in the morning's trending topics because so many people participate in this game, you know? So I'm gonna have to go and search for
Yeah.
at midnight.
At midnight.
Okay, the hashtag for the game this morning, hold on, or last night, was at midnight, late night game show thing. The hashtag is bad movie sequels. So you got to come up with a title for a bad movie sequel.
Oh.
Okay, let me find.
There's enough out there. We don't even have to make them up.
Yeah. All right. Homeless Alone. Kevin grows up.
Oh, jeez.
The Last Temptation of Christ. No, really this time.
No, really, this time.
The Neverending Story 3. The ending of the story. No Country for Old Men with Pre-Existing Conditions. Honey, please let me at least have weekend custody of the kids. Dude, where's my Uber?
Dude, where's my Uber? That's good.
The Seventh Sense.
I got that. It took me a minute.
The scent of another woman. Yeah, well, we gotta let these sink in, I think. My big fat Greek wife.
Oh, that's the best one yet.
The sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wife.
That's a good one.
All right, that one really struck me. Okay. We found another Mohican.
We found another Mohican. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't talk to you right now, people. Don't call me in the morning. All right. Shrek 5, Smash Mouth writes another song.
Oh, jeez.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Laxative Factory.
No, that's not a good one.
Babe 3, The Baconator.
Oh,
That's kind of sick.
Oh.
Yeah. That's kind of sick. Ted Turner and Hooch.
Ted Turner and Hooch, oh god.
All right. Not that many people participated. Either that or it's not showing them all to me. Let's see.
Probably can't. There's probably like billions of them.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do, let's go on to the At Midnight Twitter account page and look and see if any of these games in the past have... Okay, Bad Movie Sequels is the current one. Okay. Let's see what some of the past ones are. Oh my god, what am I looking at? Alright, come on, At Midnight tweets. We're looking at their tweets. Unfortunately, it's filled with all their, the hashtag ones. So if I just want to see just their tweets, I'm not on tweets and replies. I'm on tweets. This is what you call being unprepared.
It's all right.
Unprepared, but spontaneous. That's how we do it best.
I like spontaneity. It is fun.
Let's see. At
I need a little
midnight.
bin to put all
At
my little
midnight.
scraps in because there's so many of them
You need
that
a
I'm going to
bin.
use.
She needs a bin. Oh my god, people, get a life. Get a life. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, let's go back to trending topics and see if there's anything interesting there.
Okay.
Trending topics today are Flag Day. Today's Flag Day?
Oh, yes it is.
I think my flag is out. My flag is always out.
Yeah, ours is too. Unless it's raining and then my husband brings it in. Or I bring it in, depending on who's home.
Okay, Scalise and Steve Scalise is trending, and that has to do with this morning's horrific news story that we're not going to talk about. Hashtag my 3-word protest. That could be interesting.
Oh, jeez.
Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom.
Ah, Wednesday Wisdom might be fun.
Okay, hashtag one line wed. Well, okay, I'll read them all. Hashtag shooting. Hashtag London fire. That's the other horrific news story that's going on right now. Hashtag News 19. Hashtag Del Rey. And congressional baseball game, which also has to do with that horrific shooting this morning. Okay, let's go back and look at Wednesday Wisdom, I think is what you said. You could be interesting. Let's see. Here's one. I like this one. Don't climb a mountain with an intention that the world should see you. Climb it with the intention to see the world. That's right. It ain't all about you.
Nope. Definitely not.
Okay. Some of it's blah, blah, blah. Regurgitated stuff. We don't like regurgitated stuff.
That's so gross.
The walls we build around us to keep sadness out also keep out the joy.
Ah, that's true. I'm going to get a pack of paper. I'll be right back.
She's going to go get a pack of something.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just...
She's here. She's just going to get a pack of something.
I can hear you, so...
Oh, man. Everybody's got to make everything political. Come on. I'm sick to death of it.
I went to...
All right.
Barnes
Enough of this. All right. You went to Barnes & Noble. Good. Let's change the subject. All right. Go ahead. You went to Barnes & Noble?
Oh, no. I went to Barnes & Noble yesterday to buy a sketchbook because I like the paper. And they always have them on the discount table for like $5. So, like, I got this big sketchbook that's watercolor, like, thick paper.
Ooh, yeah. They make good artist trading cards if you cut them down. The thick watercolor paper. I realized a lot.
Yeah, it's almost cardstock. It is. It's really nice. And I'll probably use this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a few of the journal pages with this paper. Because I don't need to use it in the book. But then I'll use the cards, whatever that's called. Chipboard.
Chipboard, yes. Where do you get chipboard?
I order it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Easy enough.
You can get it at Michael's, but you have, like, to get, I don't know. I've bought it at Michael's, but I don't really remember buying it there, or Hobby Lobby or somewhere. But it was, like, a size that I didn't want. So I was a little bit annoyed. Because I had to change cut it and all that. Now, if you go online, you can get, like, 12 by 12 sheets, 6 by 6 sheets, 3 by 3 sheets, find in any size you want.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know, today's going to be a busy day for me. My least favorite kind of days are busy days. I have rings to make. And I've got to work on the neighborhood newsletter, which is due out in just a couple of days.
Oh.
But I can do either one of those. You know, I can work on one, and then when I get sick of that, work on the other, and go back and forth. So, you know, at least I can kind of have some control over how I handle this today. So that's going to be my day today. And then I'm hoping, like, for the rest of the week that I'll have some time to actually do some artsy stuff, which is what I really enjoy doing the most.
Yeah.
And let's talk about movies for a minute. Okay. I'm hearing mixed reviews about the new Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
It seems to be that people who are, without getting political, but from what I've heard from people my age who have seen it, it's a very feminist movie that the feminists are really saying it's great. And if you don't like it, then they're saying that you're an anti-feminist. So people are even finding entertainment ways to get political. They're taking our entertainment and turning it. So we're not really going to get into that aspect of it. But I'm hearing mixed reviews. Either you love it or you hate it. And those who love it really love it, and those who hate it really hate it. So I'm on the fence. I think I'm not going to go see it in the theater. I'm going to wait for it to come out to be able to see it digital, rent it digital.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the movie theaters? The Pirates movie, I'm hearing mixed reviews. People are saying that you either love it or you hate it. And it just sounds like, it still sounds like a good fun movie. And if you don't have high expectations, you'll be, less disappointed or something like that. I don't know.
I never go to the movies with high expectations ever. I just go because I want to be entertained for a couple hours and not have to deal with anybody. That's why
that's me.
I'm not a Wonder Woman person. I hated the TV series. I don't like the comics, and it's definitely not my thing. So
see, it's not mine either. It's not mine.
It.
Exactly. It's not mine either.
Pirates. I'm not against it. It's just not. I'm not.
Pirates, I would have gone to see. I think if Eddie had stayed an extra day, my plan would have been to go to the movies with him and see the Pirates of the Caribbean. But that did not happen. So I will also probably wait for that to come out on digital. I can't say there's a lot of movies. I mean, I was excited about Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I actually did go to the movies and see that one. I went to the theater. Despicable Me. If I'm with the kids, I'll probably go see that, but I won't go see it on my own, and I don't think... Ed's not really into cartoon or Pixar-type movies.
Which one is that one that you're talking about?
Despicable Me 3.
Oh, my kids and I are going to be seeing that the first day.
Yeah, I mean, I love the movies, but I probably won't go on my own to see it. I'll probably take the grandkids to go see it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's what I wouldn't go without my kids, but I mean, yes, I would. Yeah, I'm Gru's biggest fan. Like, Gru is my shit.
I love him too. I love Gru. He's hilarious.
Gru is like the greatest, and now he has a brother, so we're gonna be like loving
yes.
that. With his 23andMe DNA test that I did, which is too funny.
23andMe DNA test.
Yeah,
I saw that commercial.
I was like,
the commercial is great.
I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
They were smart to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, 51% probability this is your relative.
Oh, I know. I was loving it. It was hilarious.
Oh, so what else is going on in your life? Anything?
The girls get out. Mackie has finals in one of her classes, math, I think, today. And she has a half day, so I'll pick her up at 11:30. Ellie does not have any half days until the last day of school. School ends on Wednesday, the 21st. Ha! Could it get here any faster?
Yeah.
I needed to hurry up already. I just need them to be out of school.
And then when they're out of school, you'd be like, I need school to start again.
I'm actually not that parent.
No?
No, I'm like, oh man, school starts suck. But no, I absolutely love having them home, and if they don't fight, which they probably won't, because Ellie will probably spend a lot of her time at her friends, and Michaela will hang out here. They'll fight some, you know. But what are you going to do? Now we have the trampoline also, so I think that will be a good, fun summer thing to play on also.
Yep. As I said before, I wish they would come out with like adult-sized bouncy castles and bounce houses and stuff like that. I mean, I would
love that. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going on our channel, our Your Morning Dose channel right now. It says we have a watcher.
Yeah, it's me.
It's you. Oh, now we got two, because I'm the other one.
Oh, you're there. All right. Yeah, I'm the one that's
I'm
on
just there
there.
because I want to see what it looks like on the phone.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
yeah, there
Oh,
we
on the
go.
phone. I haven't
Now,
looked
if I
there yet.
turn it sideways, does it get large? Yes, it does. What do you know? What do
Yeah.
you know? Take a screenshot just for the heck of it. Now, if somebody wanted to talk to us, how would I see that here on
I
the
don't think you can see
stream?
it on the phone, the chat. No.
That's live chat. Yes, you can. On the bottom, there's a little up arrow. You hit the up next to where it says live chat, and I'm going to say something.
All right. I said
And
hello
there we
earlier.
go. I just said
Let's see
something.
if it works.
You said
Yes, you
hello.
did. You just said
I said
something.
something. So we can talk to each other and chat at the same time in our own stream.
Yeah, because we need ourselves. No one else loves us.
We just crack each other up, even if we don't mean to.
We do. I was trying to figure out, is there a way that we can do an maybe me on audio if I can't get a good signal from Alaska for video?
Yeah, we can do an audio FaceTime call. Just do an audio FaceTime call, and I'll just keep your portion of the screen blank. That's all.
Okay, or you can put a picture of Alaska up there.
Or I could, yeah, you could do Alaska,
but,
or I could just do
I
this. If you
I
take
want
a
to send you
look.
video clips so that you can put them on the channel while I'm up there. I'll just text them to you when I'm with where there's Wi-Fi.
Right.
And you can just throw them up there if you want.
Right. We could do that. Now, if that's overhead, that's going to come up as blank because I don't have that actually plugged in. You know, I'm really kind of annoyed that the Macs only have the two USB ports. The MacBook Pros, and now the new ones don't have any. You got to have the mini ones, whatever they're called, mini USB, micro USB. I don't know what the heck they
are.
Yeah. Because I'm out here in the cabin. I could bring my Gigundus Retina iMac out here, but I've got no. And then that's got like multiple USB. But the thing is, then again, I'm on the Wi-Fi. I don't know. That might actually be a thing that I end up doing, is bringing my gigantic computer because, yeah, I may just do that because I find that now that it's in the office, I use it less and less because I don't like sitting in that room. It's not a room that I get good vibes in when I sit in there.
Room, huh?
Yeah, I don't like my office. No, it's full of junk on one side and it's full of Ed and his junk on the other side, his computer.
So it's not a good creative space.
No, it's not. Not only is it not a good creative space, it's not a bright space. It's a dark room. I just don't. I don't like it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably just do that. I should probably just. If I bring my big one out here, then I can plug in everything in the USBs and have all the cameras going instead of, because right now you're on one of the Logitech. I have two Logitech webcams and I've got the FaceTime camera on the front of the MacBook Pro, which is what I have pointing towards my desk because I have the microphone. We need the good microphone because the Logitech microphones just are not cutting it for us. It's a very tinny sound. It sounds awful. So,
that's not good. No,
for the sake of better audio quality, I'm giving up my overhead camera for the sake of this Samsung Meteoric mic. Oh!
Samsung!
What are you doing?
Somebody just called me from Leonia, New Jersey, which I don't even know anyone in that area.
No.
So they can just go.
They can just leave you alone.
They can go now. Bye-bye.
They can.
See ya. I declined that call.
So in the last few days while Eddie was here, we went to the Isle of Palms beach, which is the same one we brought Ethan to. Oh. And we went to Target twice because, that's where the good Pokemon cards are, according to Eddie. So
is that right?
we did the Pokemon. Yeah, they have a lot of trading cards like along the wall, right where the registers start, or registers end, depending on whether you're coming or going. They've got that wall of trading cards and stuff, and they had a few fidget spinners there. Okay. And so we went there twice, and we also went to Chuck E. Cheese, which I haven't been to since like the 80s in New York. And instead of tokens now, they have a card that you swipe, and you fill the card, and I got $20 worth of 100 points. Now they call them points instead of tokens. And we didn't even end up using half of them. And we did so many different games. We had a lot of fun, and Eddie had a huge Mongus pizza, and I had a couple of slices, but he ate
Did
so
he actually
much.
eat it?
He ate, you know, they give you the medium-sized pizza, and I don't know, they're like 12 or 13 small slices, you know, but it's a big,
it's pretty big, yeah.
it's like at least this big, okay? It's, you know, a medium-sized pizza is at least, you know, I don't know, 10 inches, 12 inches, something like that. He ate 80% of that all by himself. He just kept grabbing slices and eating, grabbing slices. I'm going, man, either he really liked the pizza or he was hungrier than he realized. But we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun there at Chuck E. Cheese. Guy came out in the costume, was a little lame. I was expecting a little bit more animation from the guy other than just slowly walking around and giving kids high fives. And disappearing about a minute later. You know? And that was it, but we had some fun. He came out here in the cabin and he painted his own shell. He enjoyed being out here painting. He was humming and singing and having a good time with Grandma's paints.
Oh, that's good.
And then I drove him home yesterday. It was a little earlier than I would have liked him to leave and a little earlier than I think he would have liked to leave because he seemed a little disappointed the night before. But I think Mommy was really missing him and Ethan was really missing him. So he went home a day early. So I'm hoping for at least one more visit with them here at Grandma's house before they leave in August, whenever that's going to be, August or September. So we'll see how that goes.
And they're going to what state?
They're going to start out in Arizona and end up wherever he gets sent to. You know, it's the Army. We just don't know. We got to go along with what they do.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yep. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now, once she goes there, isn't it possible that he would be moved again in the next few weeks? Because isn't that like another training, 8 weeks, and then off
No, he's in right now. He's in basic training. And then after that, it's 9 or 10 months of training in one facility in Arizona.
Okay.
This is secondhand knowledge that I have here, so it may not be entirely accurate, but he's going for intelligence training, and that's all I know. That's it. That's everything. That's it. That's all I know.
Well, then, good. Arizona's amazing. I don't know where they're going to be in Arizona, but I loved it.
I think he's in. I think he's in Fort Sill, which I believe is southern Arizona, close to the border.
Is where?
Southern Arizona, close to the border, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be really hot there, and she doesn't like the heat in South Carolina. She's going to friggin' melt her butt off.
Well, I mean, air conditioning is a must if you live in these states, you know.
Yep.
So. And it's a dry heat, too. You know, I can take dry heat a lot better than I can take humid heat.
Yes, I know. Yeah,
I can at least still breathe.
I know that because I
don't
live there, but it's still, people like to say it's a dry heat, but it's still 115 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very hot still. Yeah.
True. This is true.
Yeah. Look at the doctor.
Cool. Love him.
Yep.
Now, I decided this rock that I was working on last week, I decided to varnish it. I only put 2 coats of varnish on it. And then I realized it was missing something. And I realized I want to put little tiny dots in between the bigger dots to make it more of an interesting design. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
Very cool.
Even though I varnished it, I can still put some dots on there. And I'll just revarnish over those dots. And I wanted to test the weight of the rock on here with the turning. All right, it's great. It doesn't move quite as easily and fluidly as the old turntable, but it's good enough. It's going to serve its purpose.
It's going to serve its purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Working on a rock. Now I got to decide what color. I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with that color. Brilliant violet. Brilliant. Where are you? Brilliant violet.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah, I like that color.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that'll work.
That's a really nice color for summer and spring and now and pretty. And I love it.
And it'll offset this pink, I think. It'll be really kind of cool. So in the world of Mr. Ed, he went on a fishing trip on Saturday with somebody else,
Oh,
you
yeah, how
know,
was it? Did
in
you have a
charge
good
of the
time?
boat. He had a good time. They were out there all morning, afternoon, into early evening, I think. And he caught a lot of fish and gave it all away because we don't eat fish. But he had a good time. And, you know,
Oh, good.
I think, you know, the fishing bug has bit, you know, the ocean fishing, the deep sea fishing, whatever you call it. So we'll see. I mean, he really needs to get his boats in the water. Another summer with those boats not in working order is ridiculous. Why have them? So
Yeah.
yeah, got to get those boats
You
working,
need to
Mr.
get them.
Interrupting
Yeah,
Ed.
why have them if you're not going to use them?
Right,
I
exactly.
agree.
Exactly.
Why?
Other than that, I think I've pretty much filled you in on everything that's been going on with me.
Yep, keep it busy, huh?
Yeah, the addition is just kind of sitting where he left it a couple months ago when he finished the windows, so that nothing's moved with that.
Oh, it's still in the same
It's
state,
still
eh?
in with that, yep. And we were thinking that we hadn't seen a raccoon. We hadn't visually seen a raccoon since Ethan first arrived here a week and a half ago and then went home, and then Eddie was here, and we haven't seen any raccoons, and we were really worried that they weren't coming because food has been left. You know, the possum's been coming and eating some of it, and we suspected the fox has been back and finishing off some of it. But the last couple of nights, they hadn't eaten anything, and we were really sad that maybe someone had killed someone either killed the raccoons or they moved on to a new territory. And I'm thinking, no, they're not going to leave a reliable food source.
No, they would never. No.
Right. So last night, Ed spotted the first raccoon, so we're both very relieved. And then we realized, who's going to feed these things when we go away?
Yeah. Who's gonna?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to find food. For
So I'm
themselves
thinking
for a
either
while, or
putting
they're gonna
food
try
out,
their house.
either every other night or putting about half the amount of food out, so they start, you know, going and doing a little bit more scavenging, so it's not so much of a shock.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Wean them off. Yeah.
Right, wean them off a little bit. Not so much that
You
they
better.
stop coming, but you know, I think they're living in the trees around the house here anyway. It's not like they're coming in from far away.
Excuse me. Yeah, but you better do it soon.
I know.
You better start.
Yeah. Been watching, been using
Excuse me so much.
been using the Busker app again.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know, when I kind of like an app, but I don't really want to use it, I don't want to live stream with it, I leave it on my phone or my tablet, and every few months go back to see if any updates have made it a better app that I'd be more interested in streaming from. And that's exactly what's happened with Busker. Busker, the one thing that held me back from Busker was, number one, it seemed to be flaky, that my stream kept crashing. And other people's streams crashed. Well, that doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. And also the fact that all these apps, other than Meerkat, which has now bit the bullet, did not have scrollable comments. Once the comments disappeared, they disappeared. And I think that's still the case with Periscope. But Busker now has scrolling comments. You can scroll all the way back to the beginning of when you either joined the stream or started the stream. So I am going to start streaming independently on Busker for a while and testing it out and seeing how the water with Busker goes. And we will have a much larger audience here with our morning dose on Busker, I believe, than we do on YouTube after a couple of months of streaming here. Even though we haven't really advertised, I expected a few people would at least start tuning in, and nobody really has. So I think YouTube is
Busker might be fun. We should try it.
Yeah, I think YouTube is kind of a bust for us.
Yeah.
You know, I think YouTube Live is not nearly as popular as maybe
it's not.
Facebook Live is becoming, and maybe, you know, I think you already have to have quite a few followers to be successful on YouTube Live. If you start out as a YouTube live stream, it's slow going. So I think now that we've kind of worked out the kinks and we're more comfortable with streaming and we know what we're doing, I think Busker is the way to go. And we can use OBS, which is the program that I use for our multiple screens here. We can use OBS on Busker now too.
Oh, now do I need to? I have Busker. Do I need to?
Nope,
Like,
you're not going to do
I don't have
any.
to do
Nothing's
anything,
going to
right?
change for you whatsoever.
All right, so I still am face. All right,
You're
I'm
still going to be
here the way I'm
FaceTiming.
here.
It's going to be the way. The only thing is the platform is going to change, and that's on my end. We're just going to be redirecting the stream to Busker rather than YouTube. So I think we should do that. I think we should do
I
that.
think let's try it.
I think what we should do is start out streaming under my Busker account because I've got a couple of hundred followers. We'll get people.
Yeah, I don't know anybody on there.
Right, and then I'll start a second account for Your Morning Dose once we've got some followers and ask them to follow us over there on Your Morning
That's
Dose.
great.
You know,
That
so
would be good.
we'll have an already bunch of followers. Hopefully we'll get people who start to watch us on a regular basis who will be willing to follow us over to a new channel in time.
And I promise I'll clean my desk.
Yeah, and we got to think about more content. We got to think about. I think we need to start planning what we're going to discuss ahead of time.
Yeah.
And I think
I like when you're painting a rock. That's kind of like really cool.
yeah, and I think that conversation flows better if my focus isn't on the conversation. I am better conversing while I am creating something because my mind is more relaxed than if I am concentrating on trying to keep the conversation going and jumping from topic to topic. You know, I think it flows better when I'm creating.
That's very, very true.
So I'm going to try to do that. We got to come up with more content between us, and then we'll start streaming on Busker. So I think that's a plan. I think we'll do that.
I'm always going to be doing something with paper, so
Yeah.
mine should be like hashtag paper crafts,
Right.
traveler's notebooks,
Right.
like that.
Exactly. And you can schedule streams ahead of time on Busker.
Oh, that's cool. So people get a notification that it's
People
gonna
will
start
get a
in 5 minutes,
notification
you
it's
can go over
going to
here.
start. Exactly.
All right.
If you want to sell something, you can sell it on Busker. Jesus. Oh my God. You crack me up. People also donate on Busker, by the way.
That means I could travel to South Carolina and we could live streaming, looking for rocks in the rivers and the streams and the ocean.
Well, I'd have to do that by you because there are no rocks in South Carolina.
Then you'd have to come up here and we'd
have to do northeast
antiquing up here.
Jersey rocks.
And
We'll do Jersey rocks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she paused me. Look at she paused it.
I didn't need to. I'm trying to fix it. All right. How do I come back? Oh, all right. There we go. I found
Yeah,
you.
it's a toggle switch. Just hit it again.
It's actually not letting me come back. Hang on. There it is.
Ha! Oh, good Lord. You're killing me.
Jesus Christ!
All right, so I think we're just going to leave off here because we've covered we've killed everything. We've just beaten it to death. But
yeah,
you know,
I think I'm gonna make a notebook like this, like I made my notebook, and use it for ideas.
use it for
Keep it in my planner, because I think if I just write down the ideas that I come across in my brain or think of during the week, we can talk about like, oh, do we want to do this? Do we want to make that? Do we want to go in the kitchen and make something?
Right.
I'm good with cooking too.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yep. Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, so have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I plan on being here tomorrow, if you plan on being here tomorrow.
Yep.
And, you know, in the future, when we do our transfer over to Busker, we will give everybody advance notice. It's just an app. You can watch it on your computer, too. I think it's busker.co, busker.co. And if you have a Busker, you got to create a Busker account. You can do it using Twitter or Facebook. You can just sign in with either of those to comment. So anybody can watch this if you have a computer, tablet, phone,
Nice.
get the app. And so it's a cool thing. So now I'm going to go look at the news and see what the heck is going on in Virginia with this shooting. And we will see you tomorrow morning.
Take care.